And we're back. The Watchpoint Post Show continues live from LA. And here on the desk, we like to fancy ourselves quite the financial analysts. So we figured we'd give you a little stock advice heading into Stage 3. Yeah, we're financial advisors.
Not
Trust
really.
us. Zoe,
Nope.
let's start things off. Whose stock is on the rise right now? Where are we investing?
Yeah, as an expert in financial matters,
Yep.
I would say Shanghai Dragons. I mean, it can only go up when you landing at 0 in the first season. Now, they had a bit of a rough start to the second season. However, it went pretty well from there. They're currently 7-7. I would say this stock is going to continue to rise because we did look at the Stage 3 schedule, and most of those games have been actually very, very winnable.
Yep.
So if you want to put your eggs or money in a basket, whatever you have available, put it in the Shanghai Dragons basket.
Or Dragon Wagon.
Put it in.
I've never heard of people
Dragon.
investing eggs. You are.
I invest everything.
You're a new type
I'm
of
very
financial
committed
advisor.
to my
The Swiss,
investment.
they're the queens and kings of money.
Also,
they don't want
you-
Yeah,
Google
let's
thing.
trust me.
Have you never
Yeah.
been to Gloucester? That's our currency.
You still run on a bartering system.
Yes, yes. Salted
some eggs.
beets and eggs.
Bren, you're up next. Two stocks on the rise.
I think that everybody should be keeping the long day, huh? Wow. See you later.
Is that cup still full?
The Guangzhou spot. Listen, gesture's really taking a mark on my mental capacity here. The days are long, they're hard. I'm down
I
a
think you
couple of
just
pegs
forgot your
now.
point, really.
No, I
Then
didn't.
try to fill
I didn't
time.
forget my point, Zoe.
Okay.
It's there. I can see it in the lower third
Yep.
below.
Yeah, now you
Guangzhou
can.
Spark. Roll the tape. Roll the tape. They're on the up and up. They're looking better and better. They made the playoffs. They're going to go even further than that. Look at this. I always talk about Goushway. IDK. Why don't we talk about him? I don't know why. He's actually a really, really smart Lucio player. Cerebral is the word I would use if I wanted to sound smart. So there you go.
Well done.
Yeah, I think I like your pick of the Spark. They look like they're going places. I'm going to pick another expansion team that's related to them. I'm going to go for the Guangzhou Charge.
Guangzhou Charge?
Yeah, I think the Charge are going to start to go on the up and up. And it's a good time to buy because their stock's pretty low right now. They haven't
Super
been
low.
doing particularly well. But they've had a very difficult schedule so far. They've played against all of their tough games. And now it's time for them to actually start stringing some wins together.
Sure.
They got to start making stuff happen. And they actually looked competent in some of their most recent games. And honestly, they've got a bunch of winnable games coming up in Stage 3 and Stage 4. And you only have to get to the 12th position to have a chance to be able to get into the playoffs at the end of the season.
Who's the
I
player to
think
watch?
it's super doable. My player to watch would be Shu on this team, but take a look at their Stage 3 schedule here. They have a lot of very winnable games. 2 games against the Dragon, perhaps a little unlucky, just as the Dragons have really started to look like a good team. But Valiant, Defiant, Hunters, Justice, these are all really winnable games for them. They'll struggle against Dynasty and Dragons, I think, but they can potentially make a push for the playoffs in Stage 3, I think.
All right, so if we're going to be investing in some stocks, we need to free up some cash. So who we selling off?
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't want to say sell now, but maybe you should consider maybe actually doing that. London Spitfire.
Ooh,
I know.
knocked out.
I know. I mean, they are the inaugural season champions. However, what happened then? Huh? What happened then? Went all downhill. They're sometimes good, sometimes they're really the opposite of good, also known as bad. And I'm
bad.
nailing this. It's not quite there yet,
Okay, all right.
but just not good. You know what I mean? No, I just feel like London Spitfire are just not consistent right now. So I personally wouldn't invest in something I'm not quite sure I'm actually getting a return from.
Yeah, I had them top 4 in the Stage 2 playoffs.
Yeah, how
that
did
did
that
not
work
go
out?
my way at all. Brenji, whose
Pull it
stock
up.
is going
Toronto
down?
Defiant. Where are they at, huh? Where are these stocks sitting? They're on the downward spiral. That's what I'm telling you right now. They're going downwards, straight down into the downward depths of down.
Wow.
And right
Pretty
now,
down.
I mean, they're not that bad. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I was over-exaggerating it a little bit.
Sounded really
but
good, though.
Stage 2 has not been kind to them. These guys, they've been losing a lot of games. They had such a fantastic start in Stage 1. They went 5-2. But all that hard work has gone. And
Hard
look
schedule,
at
though.
that. Was it a hard schedule?
Shock,
A lot of these
Titans,
games were winnable.
Fuel,
I mean,
Uprising.
Fusion
Yes,
even
yes.
was good.
Pretty
Fusion
good,
had a
yeah.
really good record when they first played them. I agree with that.
But these games were winnable, and I feel like the
okay.
Defiant, they've squandered it, you know? Shout out to Coca-Cola once again.
He's
Sponsor
drinking
the
Zoe's
Overwatch
cup?
League.
That's Zoe's cup.
That's-
You have your cup over there. Quick
Shout out
you on
to
all the
Coca-Cola,
cups.
the official sponsor of the
Audio.
Overwatch League. Beautiful
Okay,
partnership.
now they
Okay.
know we don't have
Going
drinks in it.
Go ahead, Josh.
Unlike you two, I'm not going to sell on anybody. I'm not going to tell you that certain stocks are going down. I want to tell you to hold on stocks. Now, if you happen to own any stocks in the Valiant or the Mayhem, and you haven't gotten rid of them already, which, you know, there might be a few of you out there, I'm not so sure, But I think this is a good time to see what the development and what the trajectory of both of these two teams is coming into Stage 3. Both of the teams are teams that were looking to make moves going forwards, and they've had a big trade between the two teams as well. It's not something we've discussed so far, but Fact Fiction, McGravy, and Shax as well from Mayhem Academy moving over to the Valiant for Fate. And that allows Florida Mayhem to have a main tank player with more experience and a real team leadership figure. And it also gives the LA Valiant more of a Western approach. They don't have to rely on the Korean ideology leading them from the front. And maybe McGravy can, I don't know, cheerlead while Space gets most of the game time.
Both teams had a pretty rough first half of the season.